Eddie Maguire lost his job. Holy shit! They're not as excited, some of you. Some of you are like, no, he deserves another chance. He's only had 75. No, it's exciting for me because I have... the last time a white guy in Australia lost his job for racism, I got a job for it. So it was a great moment in my life, and I'm really excited because I might now become the president of Collingwood. I'll give you some context. What happened was, this is a few years ago, around 3 years back, there was a breakfast show host here in Melbourne on radio. He is an icon of Australian society named Red Simons. I don't know if you guys know him. Yeah, he was on Skyhooks. He was on Hey Hey It's Saturday. And only one out of those two has had blackface on it. And that's an Australian institution. And then one day on radio, he said something racist. And you know what? I'll admit, it wasn't even that racist. It was like a little racist. Like, it was like half a Pauline Hanson racist. Like, it was like a quarter of a Craig Kelly racist. You know, like that's how racist it was. And then because he said that, the ABC sprang into action and fired him 6 months later. And so they fired Red, and then ABC had to prove that they're not racist. So they replaced Red Simons with me and a white woman, Jacinta, thus answering the age-old question, what is the value of a white man? It's one brown man plus one white woman equals one white man.
And what's your comedy origin story?
Oh, my comedy origin story. I saw Eddie Murphy's Raw on a VHS tape, because that's how old I am, in Pakistan, and we were like 6, 7 years old. Way too young. Way too young. It was Care Bears and then Eddie Murphy's Raw, and it just warped our brains.
Were you doing stand-up in English then in Pakistan?
Yeah, so I was the first English language stand-up comedian in the country, because there's no open mics. So, and I didn't know different, so my first solo show was an hour long.
Was it?
My first stand-up show ever, like in Pakistan. Now I think back at it and I want to vomit in fear of what I did. Anyone else dye their hair during lockdown? Anyone? Yeah, you did? What color did you go? Blue. So you've kept it going since then. That's awesome. Congratulations. No, I did as well. I dyed my hair blonde. It's a thing I did. It's a decision I made in lockdown. I don't look good blonde. I look like a reverse Chris Lilly. Like, it's not racist, but it should be. You know, like it's... How much are we appreciating each other's stand-up recently? You know, like every gig I go to, I'm watching the other acts. We're all watching each other. We're all going up to each other afterwards and going, man, that was such a good bit. How did you do that? And that kind of joy you have when you first start out, we've all kind of got that again. And I love that. I love being a part of it again, and it's such a good city to nurture that. The weirdest thing happened though, I don't know if this happened to you, right? So like when I dyed my hair, and I put up like pictures on Instagram, because like all of us, I'm a narcissist, and my friends started calling me up. And they're like, are you okay? And I was like, why? And they're like, oh, you know, you dyed your hair, and there's this saying that people who can't control things in their lives try to control something, so they color their hair because that's one thing they can control. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I just fucking colored my hair. Calm down. Like, there's nothing more to it than that. Let's see what else happened. Oh, my wife had an affair. So when you go to Chemist Warehouse to buy hair dye, they shouldn't sell it without a mental health care plan. Like...
It's quite hard sometimes to pull yourself away from the gig. This chat's great.
Very few people are as challenging intellectually and stuff as comedians. We question everything. We like ridiculing, taboo subjects. And I love that about us. We don't waste time in small talk. So I really appreciated kind of being able to reconnect with the community that way. But also, you also have the parent aspect kicks in. If it's a week that I have my daughter and no babysitter, I got to still bail. I got to run home as soon as my spot is done. And that's, so you kind of juggle it as best you can. All right.
I'll catch you next time.